Okay, I just wanted to make a quick video here on the practice problems for 1.2, solving inequalities for Algebra 2. This first section here is the same thing we were doing last week. It's just we don't have the least common multiple given to us, okay? So we just need to look at our common denominators. So let's see. I've got 4, 20, and 2. You could also think about that as 1 with a denominator of 1. That way, to remind yourself, you definitely have to still multiply this term as well. So the least common multiple of 4, 20, and 2. Let's start with the biggest here. So the multiples of 20 would be 20, 40, 60, right, and so on. So the smallest one for 20 also works for 4 and 2. So that's got to be the least common multiple. Okay. So you just go through, multiply all these terms by 20, and there you go. And you can solve it out from there. Okay. Least common multiple here is 6. I won't have you guys do all these. Least common multiple here is, can't see the whole thing. Looks like 18 for 3. Least common multiple here is 6, 4. So, and you're just multiplying it out, and then you're going to have a much easier problem to deal with. But let's really move on to inequalities, because that's really what this unit is about. All right, so we need to solve the inequality and then graph it. So I'm going to zoom way in here. All right, I'm going to rewrite the 6 plus m is greater than or equal to negative 13. Like I said in the instructional video before, we just solve these like a normal equation. If I want to get rid of this positive 6, I need to just subtract 6. I do it to one side, I got to do it to the other side. So I'm left with m is greater than or equal to negative 19. Okay, and then the steps for graphing this would be to circle the number that we're comparing. So there it is, there's negative 19. Determine if it's an open or closed circle. There's this line underneath, so we know it's colored in. We close this circle, and let's see, the mouth is eating the m. That means the m must be bigger. Bigger numbers are to the right. So that goes there. Okay. All right, how about this one here? Only need to do one step here. We just need to divide by 16, or sorry, negative 16, divided by negative 16 on the other side. However, I'll put a little asterisk here because that's going to remind me that I need to switch the sign. Okay, so negative 16 divided by negative 16 is positive 1. I'm dividing by a negative to solve, so I need to switch the sign. And negative 112 divided by negative 16 is positive 7. So there you go. Go through your steps, circle the number you're comparing, fill it in because of the lines underneath, and you can just talk this through. The students who do talk this through, it really does help. So the mouth is eating the 7. That means n is smaller. Smaller numbers are to the left. Okay. I will let you guys do number 9 on your own. Just don't forget at the end here, after you get rid of that negative 8 by adding, you're going to need to divide by a negative 1. So what do you got to do to the sign? I'll leave a little asterisk there so you remember. Okay, number 10. We'll do number 10 because we have space off to the side here. So I'm going to just rewrite this out. Negative 7 plus 8 is greater than negative 335. All right, so the first thing I need to do is distribute. Okay, negative 7 times 1 is negative 7. Negative 7 times positive 8m is negative 56m. And then I just drop down this plus 8, my inequality symbol, and that negative 35. Now I need to combine like terms. So negative 7 plus 8 is 1, so I'm just going to rewrite this. Negative 56m plus 1 is greater than negative 335. All right, now I want to get rid of this negative, or this 1, so I need to subtract 1, subtract 1. I'm left with negative 56m is greater than negative 336, because we're getting more negative, right? And now I need to divide by negative 56, divide by negative 56. Now, here we go. I'm dividing by a negative to solve, so I need to switch the sign. And negative 336 divided by 56 is positive 6. All right, now I'm going to go back to my graph and just graph this out. Circle the number, determine if it's open or closed. There is no line underneath, so I'm going to keep it open. And the mouth is eating the 6. That means the m is smaller. Smaller numbers are to the left. Okay. Let's see here. 11 and 12 look about the same. Let's see. Number 14. Let me zoom in a little bit more. 14 here. Whoa. Number 14, just remember when you have, anytime you're solving an equation or an inequality, you just always want to do the opposite. So we have x divided by 4. So to solve, I need to multiply by 4, and these will cancel. So if I do it to one side, I got to do it to the other. I'm left with negative 12 is less than or equal to x. All right. Or I should say this is x is greater than or equal to negative 12, because you should always read it from the variable. All right, so I'm going to circle it, close it because the line's underneath, and the mouth is eating the x. That means it is bigger. Bigger numbers are to the right. Okay, so far so good, I think. Let's do one of each of these types of problems. Let's do 16, so I can write off to the side here. Let's do 16 and 18. All right, so 16, we just have k is going to be, it's either going to be an in-between or it's going to be an either-or type of a situation. So we have negative 44. Actually, this is going to be a range. So basically, this is going to be a range, or this is going to be a range, whereas these ones are going to be like an either-or. So it's going to look like this way or this way. Okay. Sometimes we don't even necessarily need to separate these, but it's easier to follow on this one as an introduction. Okay. Negative 34. All right, so remember, if it helps you, put some lines down so you remember to do it on all sides. Okay, I want to get rid of this positive 1. I need to subtract 1, so I need to subtract 1 on all sides. Okay, so I get negative 45. This goes away. I got negative 5k in the middle and negative 35 on this side. Okay, let's drop down our symbols too. All right, last thing I need to do is divide by negative 5. Divide by negative 5, all sides, right? So I get 9, 1k, and 7. However, we divided by a negative to solve, right? So we need to switch our signs. Okay, so I'm going to be left with k smaller than 9, greater than 7. So there we go. We know there's no lines underneath either of them, so they're just going to be circles. And it's only going to be contained in here, right? It's smaller than 9, but bigger than 7. So there you go. All right. Go ahead and pause the video. If I talked a little bit too fast, I'm going to go ahead and erase this so we can do 18 off in the corner here too. Okay. Erasing it. All right, 18. We've got an either or. So this one's going to look like this at some point. So we got 3 plus 6a is less than or equal to negative 45. Or it could be negative 7 minus 5a is less than negative 2. So I'm just going to solve these like normal. Subtract 3, subtract 3. This goes away. I'm left with 6a is less than or equal to negative 48. Okay, divide by 6, divide by 6. I got a is less than or equal to negative 8. Okay, no sign switching, right, because we didn't divide by a negative there. Got a negative answer, but we didn't divide by a negative. Hopefully I made that clear. Okay, this one I'm going to need to. All right, I have a negative set. I want to get rid of this negative 7, so I got to add 7. Add 7. That's a 7. This side will cancel out. I get negative 5a is less than negative 2 plus 7 is 5. All right, now I want to divide by a negative, right? I'm dividing by a negative to solve, so I know I need to switch the sign. And negative 5 divided by negative 5 is a, and positive 5 divided by negative 5 is negative 1. Okay, so that's the way my thing's gonna look. I got circle negative 8, close it because I got the line underneath. Circle negative 1. Oop, that's not where negative 1 is. Just kidding. That's not good. Oh, there we go. Circle it. Leave it open this time because there's no line underneath. And it looks like A is going to be bigger than negative 1 this way. And it's smaller than negative 8 over here. Okay. Hopefully that made sense. I think I did about half the problems for you. Maybe a little less, but so there you go. Hopefully that helped. If you need more help, please go to the Altab website, Google Meet with me. We can go through all these problems if you want to. All right, later.